Hey everyone, it's Justin. Thank you for watching and or listening to the podcast, and welcome to my house. It's time for our first SSH episode of 2025, and I have a teeny weeny announcement to make. That is, I'm changing the versioning of the episodes to be in a better date format. This was suggested to me probably a year and a half ago, and I finally got around to it in 2025. So you'll see here our first episode is labeled 2025-01, and it should say 07. Let's see if I can, let me just refresh everything here. There we go. 2025-0107. I'm a day late. I normally come out on Mondays. I apologize for that. I've had some life events happen. We won't get into that here, but I'm here, and we have 76 new or updated applications in the ServiceNow Store since our last episode on December 30th, 2024. For this episode, we have 2 compatibility updates, 6 downgrades, 34 fixes, 1 ghost application, 3 highlights, 20 minor updates, 5 new releases, and 5 release notes fails. A lot of the updates in this episode are from ServiceNow. It looks like there's a bunch of fixing and patching going on before we're expecting Yokohama early access at the end of this month. I think that's January 30th that we'll see that. So you're going to see in the breakdown, there's lots of ServiceNow stuff going on. But first, let's get to those 2 compatibility updates. They were Public Cloud Connector and SAP S/4 HANA RFC Spoke version 1.4 plus dependency file. Just a long name there. Both of those were updated. Looks like they were compatible with Xanadu. We had 6 downgrades. Let's go ahead and verify that there are still downgrades. The first one is from AT&T. It's AT&T e-bonding was downgraded to version 3.0.14. The second downgrade is from ServiceNow. It's the GRC 360-degree relationship visualizations updated. Oh, it looks like it's been re-upgraded to version 19.1.0. So we'll just go ahead and move this out of the down. Can I do this on the screen? I don't know if I could do this. Let's try this. We'll update it live here and categorize that as a fix. So that's why we check during the episode to see if they're still like that, because they can get fixed in between me crawling the store and recording this and distributing it. The next downgrade was GRC Advanced Risk Assessment. It was downgraded to version 15.0.1, way down there on the bottom. That's coming from version 19.1.3, so it was a pretty big downgrade to version 15. Third downgrade, the Security Operations Setup Assistant, downgraded to version 10.3.9. The next one was Security Support Common from ServiceNow, downgraded to version 13.16.8 from 13.17.7. And then our last one, we'll check on that one, Shared Talent Library or Shared Library for Talent Development, was downgraded to version 2.2.0 from version 2.2.2, which you can see there on the screen if you're watching the video. So it was in total 5 downgrades instead of 6, since we moved that one over to the fixes. And speaking of the fixes, we have 35 of them. And that's why I'm postulating, I'm guessing that this is ServiceNow doing some fixing before Yokohama on the end of January. So what were those? Amazon SQS Spoke, conversational integration with Microsoft Teams, CSM and FSM configurable workspace foundation, CSM configurable workspace, DLP incident response integration with Microsoft, GRC 360-degree relationship visualization, that's the one we moved over, guided decisions guidance, guided decisions experience, guided setup, indoor mapping, interaction management for service operations workspace, license and permit playbook, major incident management for service operations workspace, Microsoft Intune Spoke, playbook experience components, pre-visit management, process automation designer, process mining for external data, Project Workspace, Recommended Actions, SAP Ariba Spoke, SAP ECC RFC Spoke, SAP S4 HANA RFC Spoke, Service Applicant Information, Service Operations Workspace ITSM Applications, ServiceNow Voice with Amazon Connect, SNHR Case Card, Source to Pay Common Architecture, Task Communications Management UI components for configurable workspaces, Vaccine Administration Management, Virtual Agent Adapter Common, Vulnerability Response Integration with Palo Alto Networks Prisma Cloud Compute, and last of the fixes is the Workday HR Spoke. quite a bit of fixes this time around. We did have one ghost application. It was from Security Bricks, and you can see it's still a ghost application, and that's because it's going to show up in the new releases, and that's the CMMC 2.0 accelerator. It looks like another one of those apps where they've rebuilt it and just retired the old application and released a new one. So we'll get to that in the new releases. There were 20 minor updates, starting with Adobe Experience Platform Spoke, Change Management for Service Operations Workspace, Coupa Spoke, CSDM as Code, ERP Integration Framework, Finance Common Architecture, Incident Communications Management for Service Operations Workspace, Power BI Connector, Price Management, Primary Data Integration with SAP Ariba, Product and Pricing Rules, Public Sector Digital Services Core, Record-Related Items Connected, Rubric Self-Service Workflow Integration, Safe Haven, ServiceNow IDE, Shopping Hub, SuccessFactors Spoke, Supplier Lifecycle Operations Integration with SAP, and Tableau Connector were the minor updates. Again, the majority of those coming from ServiceNow. And unfortunately, we had 5 release notes fails coming from all different kinds of vendors or developers. They were Agent Client Collector Log Analytics, CDW ePro ASN, Ingram Micro IT Asset Disposition, Process Mining Workspace Components, and Sourcing and Procurement Operations Integration with SAP. If you haven't seen an episode or heard an episode before, a release notes fail simply means that there are no release notes, they're repeated release notes, or they're release notes behind a paywall. So I am not able to tell you if it's a minor update, if it's a big change, if it's a highlight, stuff like that. So it's a release notes fail. All right, let's get to the new releases, what you've all been waiting for. First up on our list of new releases is Accounts Payables Operations Integration with Ariba. Ingest invoices created in sourcing and procurement operations to SAP Ariba. The key feature, the following sourcing and procurement operations objects can be sent both synchronously and asynchronously to SAP Ariba, and then it has a list with one thing, invoices. And that is it. There's no screenshots on this one, so that is the new application from the team at ServiceNow. Our second new release, I warned you was coming. It's CMMC 2.0 Accelerator from Security Bricks Inc. CMMC Level 1 and Level 2 assessment questionnaires for NIST 800-171 covering 110 controls with 320 objectives. Key features for this new or re-released application: comprehensive pre-built content, CMMC boundary management, control implementation, issue tracking, audit preparation and management, plans of action and milestones, and artifact management. Each one of those things I just read, there is a little bit more text where they elaborate on those key features, but I'll leave that for you to read if you are interested. There are some screenshots. First screenshot is showing an authority document in ServiceNow. Second screenshot is showing a preview of, looks like an assessment for SC Del2-3.13.6, but doesn't mean much, but they're showing assessment capabilities. The next one is a list of control objectives, presumably related to CMMC 2.0. And the next screenshot shows the authorization package, or so if you have the workflow around that, showing the authorized phase of that package. The next screenshot is showing CMMC controls. It's a related list down on the bottom of the screen we just saw in the authorization package. And the next screenshot is showing planning, something actions and milestones, but POMS, P-O-A-N-M-S generation, and it has a related list at the bottom again, right next to the controls for all of those POANMs. Next is I think we're back at the beginning with an authority document. Yeah. So that is all the screenshots from this new application from the team at Security Bricks Inc. Our next new application is IT Assist by Core.ai. Let's see, it has a lot of key features. I'll leave those to you for you to read. The summary is actually going to be simpler in this particular app example. IT Assist is the next-gen virtual assistant powered by conversational AI that helps enterprises elevate their employee experience and satisfaction. It seamlessly integrates with your existing tech stack, leverages state-of-the-art no-code customization, and uses smart workflows to automate and deliver instant IT support anytime and anywhere on a multitude of channels with omni-channel messaging. They have some marketing slicks, it looks like. First up is transforming IT operations, showing AI-assisted self-service and AI-assisted help desk. Next screenshot is not a screenshot, it's another marketing slide for the capabilities, supported domains, benefits, and integrations for this app. And then the third is a video, which we're not going to watch since you're either watching a video or listening to a podcast. And that's what's new from the team at Core.ai Incorporated. Our next new release is SAM.gov Spoke, a data integration application that collects contract opportunity records from the System for Award Management, or SAM.gov. Key features: SAM.gov Opportunity Management, download of SAM.gov opportunities based on NAICS codes and title searches, on-demand download of resource files associated with opportunities, point of contact management for SAM.gov opportunities, download point of contact information for opportunities, and provide data support for NAICS codes. NAICS codes version 2022 are preloaded in the system. This one does have some screenshots. First one looks like a dashboard for opportunities, showing some vertical bar charts. Next screenshot is showing the trigger execution for retrieve SAM.gov opportunities. Next screenshot is showing what an opportunity looks like, and this one is for the Laserfish maintenance support services. Next screenshot is showing the properties for the application, SAM.gov properties to configure. And then we have a video. Again, we're not going to click on and watch a video since you're already watching one or listening to the podcast. But that's what's new from Tech Experts Network LLC. And our last new release is the sourcing and procurement operations integration with Ariba. Send goods receipt sourcing event along with product suppliers created in sourcing and procurement operations to SAP Ariba. Key features: the following sourcing and procurement operations objects can be sent both synchronously and asynchronously to SAP Ariba. SAP Ariba REST create a goods receipt. SAP Ariba REST creation and editing of sourcing events along with products and suppliers. There are no screenshots on this one, so that is what's new from the team at ServiceNow. And now we get to do our highlights. We only have 3 of them this week, so a little light. But the first one is the accounts payable operations integration with SAP. It was updated to version 2.0.3, and in this version, invoices created in accounts payable operations can be sent synchronously or asynchronously to SAP ECC and SAP S/4HANA. Errors from SAP ECC and SAP S/4HANA are captured and displayed as tasks on the invoice object. Invoices created in ERP can be pulled into ServiceNow. Invoice payments details can be pulled from ERP into ServiceNow. And integration using SAP IDOC, RFC, OData connectors is supported. Lots of acronyms in that those release notes. Our second highlight for the episode is the barcode and QR code generator from Yanta Labs. It was updated to version 1.6.16, and in this one they added with scale option to allow horizontal sizing of barcodes while maintaining readability, added server with width multiplier option for granular scaling specific to server rendered barcodes, updated barcode part form for better readability, fixed mislabeled of PDF 417 barcode type, and updated per new ServiceNow Store validation requirements. And that's what's new from Yanta Labs. Our last highlight, and almost always is a highlight when it's updated, it's the CMDB CI class models, updated to version 1.6.8. And I'm just going to read through what the new models are. We have CMN Media, CMDB _ CI _ processing _ unit, CMDB _ CI _ GPU, CMDB CI _ function _ AI, and CMDB CI APPL _ AI _ application. They've also added PON choice to bandwidth table to support interface speeds that are discovered, for example, for an XGS-PON port or a GPON port. Updated IRE rules for interface card, slot, subslot, and network interface to support the TSOM discovery application. Whew. Lots of stuff there that I only understood maybe a quarter of that. But that's what's new from the team at ServiceNow. And that is our entire episode for our first episode in January. Let's take a look at what you just saw or heard one more time. That was 5 new releases, 3 highlights, 2 compatibility updates, 20 minor updates, 1 ghost application, 35 fixes, 5 downgrades, and 5 release notes fails. I hope you found this video or podcast helpful. If you did, please like, please subscribe, or share it with somebody who you think might be interested in what's new, what was updated, or what was removed from the ServiceNow Store. And until next time, don't forget to always be learning.